of hate from Mephisto, and this combination executed perfectly at the end of the game.
From Alarak, make it a quad kill set up by that ETC.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi line.
Dubrak, core at 50%. Both cores are just absolutely melting. Which one's going to go down first? I think this is going to be Respect the Gooses. Oh my goodness.
Ring. Oh my goodness, the ring. Jaina just pulling up everybody here. That's a 4, make it 5.
And it does knock them all up. What a play! Oh my God! Somebody please clip that.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Jayzon, and today we've got a heroic division match for you all on a Friday evening. Choking Hazards versus Quaranteam. Looks like we got everybody in lobby and are ready to go, so I am just going to give them the old R, let them know I am ready to go, and we will get this underway in just a moment. About halfway through the season now, and this is actually my first look, I believe, at a heroic game this season, so a much vaster heroic division than we've seen in previous seasons, and I'm looking forward to seeing what some of the best players here in the Nexus Gaming Series have on display for us tonight. We'll be going into Volskaya Foundry as our game number 1. And it'll be interesting to see how this differs from some of the other approaches I've seen to Volskaya Foundry, how these guys prioritize the rotations and camp taking. You know, their macro tends to be better up in this league. It's like they are going to be ready in just a moment. Looking at the comparison here, take a look at these two squads. So Quaranteam currently 9-3 on the season, with Choking Hazards at 10-5. So a pretty even balance between these two squads in terms of their win-loss records thus far. Should be a pretty competitive match. Choking Hazards currently ranked number 5, with Quarantine ranked number 7. But it's worth noting that Choking Hazards has played 7 of their matches, and Quarantine has only played 5. So definitely not only an opportunity here tonight for Quarantine to catch up in the standards a little bit, but also maybe surpass Choking Hazards here if they can manage to get themselves the domination. Currently 2 points behind them in the standings. And even if they can get a split, they might be a little better off right now. 13, actually 10 right now, teams in the heroic division, with 3 having withdrawn. Milk and Cookies saying, I've heard the devs are working on a new skin for Li Ming. Yeah, she needs it, you know. She's got to have, like, a new outfit every month, otherwise something might go wrong. By the way, thank you very much for the follow, Milk and Cookies. Welcome to the stream. And that's a lot of emotes from Free PX. Almost like an advertisement. Let's get on into the draft here. First 2 bands out for the side of Quarantine. Let me actually check to make sure the team's on the right side. I did not do that earlier. Carbon, team captain for Quarantine. So yes, I do have them on the wrong side. I apologize, folks. Got jumped right into the lobby at the last moment, so let me switch them up real quick before we get started here.
Victory for the Forsaken.
There we go. gonna just double check that to make sure I got it right.
With every death comes
So it begins.
Yeah, unaverted and the Quaranteam group on the left. Alright. So, getting into the draft. First pick, Johanna. Pretty common for this map. Good point control. Sylvanas and Ana on the other side. So, gonna have access possibly to that 60% buff to the turrets with that Merc Queen. Ana giving the good sustained healing, but Deckard on the other side doing much the same with those potions and the ability to set up beforehand and give Deckard a nice advantage. Hanzo also picked up, so good poke from both sides so far. Opportunity for choking hazards to put a little bit of a chokehold on the tank picks here if they want to go down that route. Meanwhile, Yrel on the other side banned out. We've seen her be pretty devastating on this map with her ability to zone and point control. Garrosh going to be the ban out for that chokehold. See if we find any decent tanks left. There are many. Worth noting that ETC has already been taken out of contention. Diablo's still alive. Mal'Ganis still available. Muradin.
For the Nexus.
Couple good options. They will go with the Diablo. It's not too hard to get a good angle with Diablo on these control points. A lot of opportunities for that stun. Meanwhile, Orphea also picked up. So again, looking for that ranged poke. But she's also got a unique ability to stay in and float around within the fight, especially for a mage. Orphea also a pretty solid nano target. Two more picks coming up for choking hazards. So we're going to see Imperious and Greymane are going to close out their draft here. So Imperious in the solo lane, but Quaranteam going to have the final say on who exactly they want to try to counter that Imperious pick. Greymane also picked up good damage follow-up to the CC from Deckard and Johanna. Not to mention that be a nice chunk onto the Diablo with that cursed bullet. Meanwhile, Blaze going to be picked up on the other side as the solo lane matchup for Quaranteam. All right. As we head on into game number one, let me know what you all think about these drafts. They both look pretty balanced to me, pretty solid sustain on both sides. On the left, we have Quaranteam. We're going to have Carbon playing the Orphea, Weary Day on the Ana, Unaverted on the Sylvanas, Cookie Man on the Blaze, and Jakugi on the Diablo. On the right for choking hazards, we've got I Just Fizzed on the Johanna, Pathetic on the Deckard, or Patience. My bad, I read that completely wrong. Thought I saw an H in there. I need to get new glasses. Patience on the Deckard, Echo on the Hanzo, Silver Ripper on the Greymane, and Albatrox on the Imperious. Alright.
Commence combat preparations.
Cookie Man rushing up to the start. Won't win the race though. He was never destined from that position to get to the line first. Choking hazards holding a lot of those level 1
The battle begins
talent
in
choices.
10 seconds.
Probably hit that right around when they get to the mid, trying to not show too early. New build for Sylvanas being started up here for Unaverted.
1.
Personal favorite of mine.
Go.
That old Ryokai build from a couple of seasons ago that I still like to run quite a lot with that Q build. Team's gonna start with the customary 5v5 Hope War in the mid. Like Cookie Man cheating towards the bottom lane, but will come up for the clear. Iron Skin and Condemn Some I just fizz to get in there and get the quick clear. And both teams are going to start to rotate, but Quaranteam going to be a little bit slower on the clear to get started here. 2 stacks already for Hanzo on that scatter shot build, make it 3. But the triple sleep coming out from Weary Day, finding some good targets there in the bush. Goblin stacking those souls early, and Unaverted is here waiting for the spawn. Not going to waste a single second on grabbing that turret. Silver Ripper will rotate in shortly after to match that on the other side. Yeah, Free, I would say that that's kind of what I expected. Ooh, Carbon getting caught out a little bit here. We'll be able to make it out. Nice peeling there by Jakuji. I like that call too. Don't bother trying to peel Johanna. That's not going to work out. So just go on the damage dealer. Oh, but Imperius falls in the bottom lane. Rotation in from Quaranteam. And now Unaverted going to be able to shut down these towers with the Black Arrow. And they're going to get a little damage off of that pick. First blood for Quaranteam. Nice clear in the mid as well as they rotate up. And so far, Quaranteam's been a little bit quicker on these rotations. Got the camp a little early. They're able to respond to the pick attempt, and a nice 3-man rotation to the bot. Carbon gonna maybe rotate up, but no, they're just gonna give up that top, most of that top wave to secure themselves the biotic emitter. So pretty good investment. Pretty much dead even so far though on Soak, as both of these squads look like they're gonna focus more on the wave clear early rather than trying to position for the control point. Kind of a it's something I see quite a lot on this map in the amateur league play. Oh, look out! Another big rotation from Quaranteam. Gonna find Imperius once again. Both teams gonna grab their camps, and it looks like Unaverted is gonna come up here and clear. Could push in with these as well. Did not elect, by the way, to go for that McQueen, but instead going with the wave clear talent. But nice zoning there as Quaranteam will get the charge to start. Wait, is that McQueen? It is McQueen. I'm sorry, I misread the symbol. I take it all back. It was all just a dream.
Hero slain.
Oh, Hanzo. Oh boy. Another pick for Quaranteam, as they are finding these nice rotations into these picks so far. They've just got the rotations that they need here, and I don't think that Choking Hazards is really going to be able to contest this. Now they will go ahead and be zoned off there by Jakuji, but they do manage to tag the camp. Both teams like they might have been attempting to do that, but only Quaranteam gets on there in time. Gonna put Sylvanas in the mech. And the Protector will be marching up the top lane here. Difficult move for the Protector to try and go up here and secure the top well. So looks like they're gonna have a little bit of trouble. The Greymane just destroying this Protector to start. They're gonna let the wave come in and at least tank the shots. Gonna get that top turret down. And they might try to put the pressure. They are going to go in for it. Could put them in a bit of a rough spot here. And they realize that and will back off. They get a chunk out of that well. It's not going to be enough to secure it. Meanwhile, down bot, they get the pick on Imperius with another big rotation, and they're going to be able to secure the fort off of this one. Quaranteam kind of using the Protector as a distraction from that offlane push. Meanwhile, they are going to charge in here. They have level 10s the Quaranteam, so they've got the good positioning here. Patience gonna caught out the wrong direction and taken down here. Just like that, it's 5-0 start for Quaranteam here in the first half. Carbon gonna end up going there with the Eternal Feast, along with the Nano Boost, the Wailing Arrow, Bunker Drop, and the Lightning Breath to get their heroics. Let's pick the support camp as well. This is the snowball-y element of Volskaya Foundry. Once you start getting that advantage, it's not very difficult to keep that advantage through rotational means, picking up all of these toys, and then just kind of dominating the match from there. We'll see the arrow coming in, though. They get to dive in on it unaverted. Gonna put down that turret just in case, but the sleep on the other side gonna be enough to zone for now. Haunting Waves out up top. Meanwhile, down bottom, we do see Carbon trying to get some damage from the bottom side. They get the turn and the kill on the Greymane. Bunker Drop's gonna be able to keep Blaze alive for the moment, but the Overpower gonna catch Johanna out without that Iron Skin available, and that's gonna be a 2-0 for Quaranteam. So it looked like a bit of a rough engage there. Turn on its head. Now they're going to bring that momentum and turn it into a second fort and another camp steal here. Choking hazards are back up though, pretty low death timers, and Blaze is in mid. So Albatrox is going to try to charge in, but poke on the other side, and the camp now being captured. There's not really anything to fight over. But Unaverted goes in deep onto the fort zone. Was able to shut it down with Black Arrow, but the team rotation is good. The Arrow going to slow their escape as they charge in. We do see Quaranteam dropping that turret, but ultimately going to be a 3-0. Diablo going to trade those souls out to resurrect, but I think in that case he almost would have rather kept them. Level 13s are now in for Quaranteam, but this is an opportunity for Choking Hazards to get back into the game. Nice turnaround moment for them. Help charge in and invade on the camp. We get the Wailing Arrow out to shut down some of the members of Choking Hazards as they get the nice turnaround. Once again, Quaranteam with a response in these situations. We'll hit the sleep on the other side. Patience trying to slow him down. Charge with Diablo. He gets the angle onto the fort, and that's going to be a dead Deckard Cain. I just Fizz getting low. Will be taken out by Unaverted. No shutdown for the tower here, but that doesn't matter. The minions are in. There's no one left to defend this mid-fort. Unaverted even going to rotate up to the top lane to get that control point, but Orphea falling to the minion wave and or the fort. Going to give it up for the fort though, and the charge. Going to rotate up in time to get this wave as well, so a lot of stuff going in the right way here for Quaranteam, even after giving up that kill. 2-level lead. Small window here for Choking Hazards, where they both are on the same talent tier, and Orphea is down. They really need to get in here and engage. I Just Fizzed will be able to find it out, but even with the Iron Skin, the nice zoning there from Jakuji, they're not going to be able to get on the point. They're going to force the fight, though. They get Unaverted early here. Lightning Breath going to come out as a try to find something onto the Hanzo, but he's able to dodge the Lightning Breath, but not the Orphea coming back in, as Carbon doesn't get much of a break after coming out of the Hall of Storms. Just like that, 1-for-1. The Quaranteam going to have level 16 advantage now. Should allow them to secure this second Punisher. They've been doing just fine punishing and finding their way through these structures even without the Punishers, though. The advantage of Sylvanas push. See if Choking Hazards wants to try to contest this. They're a little bit too late to get up here if they wanted to. Instead, just spread out and get the soak. They're looking to try to get to that 16 as soon as possible, but the spread out formation is going to allow Quaranteam to stack up in the top lane and try to see if they can find themselves the first keep of the game. They want to get this top lane to have counter pressure against the next map objective, which is going to be in the bottom lane, the control point C. We've got this constant catapult spawning up here. It can really help. Meanwhile, Overpower is going to isolate out Albatross, but they are trying to find Unaverted. It's going to be able to Haunting Wave out, and look at the damage coming down onto Hanzo. Unaverted going to be the archer that wins that one. Deckard Cain going in for the sleep, but he falls before the story can even begin. And that is going to be I Just Fizzed being the only one left, and even so, Jacuzzi looking to try to get him out and is able to stifle the retreat. And just like that, that will be the top keep falling. I think that might be it. They're going to go core. See if they can finish it off here. A couple members coming up, but I don't know if they've got enough. Are able to take down Unaverted, but the shields are off. 50% now down off the core. Cursive Bullet comes in. Blaze will fall. Sleep's going to come in as they try to get Carbon on the backside there. Have Quaranteam bit off more than they can chew. It's just Jacuzzi left. 2%. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Quaranteam rushes the core. Finds themselves a quick sub 13-minute win here to start the series off on Volskaya Foundry. Take a quick look at these stats. Arbin getting a lot of the major damage out. Sylvanas and Cookie Man doing a nice job of securing a lot of those kills as well. Good coordinated play all around from Quaranteam. Put a point up for them on the board. Solid healing coming out from both squads. But ultimately, it is Ana that ends up getting the more of the saves throughout this match. Gotta give a big shout out to Jacuzzi as well. Very strong Diablo play, good isolations throughout the game to help secure those picks, and just in general, good rotational game from Quaranteam. They definitely had control of this map. Were able to secure themselves that game 1 win, and we're going to go to a quick break when we set up for game number 2.
of doom.
Alright, we are back for game number 2. This time we definitely have the teams on the right side. I double checked. It's Quaranteam winning game number 1. Choking Hazards electing to take first pick, first ban, and Quaranteam will take us to Towers of Doom, their second map pick in a row this series. The first one worked out for him pretty well on Volskaya. Li Ming going to be banned out by Choking Hazards. Just like last series. Zol going to be banned out on the other side. Such a strong hero on this map with his ability to double soak, allowing the other 4 to focus on that bottom lane. Lane of priority here, and Choking Hazards not wanting to see a repeat of Unaverted's Sylvanas. Ban that out here for game number 2. I'm gonna let the ETC through. And the Mephisto going to be banned out once again by Quaranteam. A pretty difficult hero to deal with under the right circumstances. Let's see if this is another first pick Johanna, or I just fizzed, or if they want to maybe change it up a little bit here in game number 2.
Anna checking
They're actually
in.
going to steal away the Ana. Weary Day taking that in game number 1. Well, this time Patience is gonna let the Deckard
I
go.
will fight to my last breath.
Try and see if he can't snipe some heals out this time around. Meanwhile, Weary Day gonna try to avoid that healer choke and grab the Rhaegar early. And there's the ETC that apparently Choking Hazards didn't want Jacuzzi to have in game number 1. Picks coming up here for Choking Hazards.
The
We
crusade
will go ahead and pick up
calls.
that Johanna.
Vanquish the weak.
Silver Ripper gonna move over to Jaina this time around. Another good combo hero with the nano boost. I've also seen a lot of combinations of Ring going into the Blessed Shield. Yrel will be banned out once again by Quaranteam. I've got that last pick for the solo lane. So they have the opportunity to counter whatever Choking Hazards picks up in that second to last rotation there. They definitely appears like they don't want to have to counter the Yrel. Remain banned out for Choking Hazards. They had that last game. Looks like they don't want to see Quaranteam pick it up here. Expect this will be the damage dealers. The Ooey Gooey Center of Quaranteam coming up here. The Tracer and the Maiev. Very interesting. The displacement from Maiev, and then Tracer, that new rework of hers, giving her a lot more sustainability. Are a lot more difficult to play against. 2 picks. Try and counter that out here though for Choking Hazards so they can find some lockdown for Tracer. Some additional lockdown, I should say. I'm gonna go with Leo and Raynor. So we've got the solo lane, and then Raynor, a good counter for Tracer just in the fact that she's a solid point and click here. He's a solid point and click hero to try to wear her down. It's good consistent damage to try and take down a Tracer. Meanwhile, Zeratul picked up here for Unaverted, so very aggressive forward-moving comp for Quaranteam. I'm smelling a Bloodlust comp coming out here. See if Quaranteam can pick up where they left off in game number 2, or if Choking Hazards can get us to a game number 3. As we head on into Towers of Doom, on the left, we've got Quaranteam with Unaverted on that Zeratul, Weary Day on the Rhaegar, Cookie Man on the Tracer, Jakuji on the ETC, and Carbon on the Maiev. Meanwhile, Choking Hazards on the right, we've got I Just Fizzed back on the Johanna, Patient's going to be playing the Ana, Echo on the Raynor, Albatrox on the Leoric, and Silver Ripper going to be playing the Jaina.
New follower detected.
Cartoonsies, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Should be an interesting matchup here. Again, I like both drafts. I feel like matchup-wise, Quaranteam might have a little bit more luck pushing in past the Johanna to try and get to the squishy part of Choking Hazard's comp.
5, 4, 3, 2.
We saw them being able to rotate and gank pretty well in that game number 1, and that comp is definitely viable here, or that strategy with this comp is viable for game number 2. Carbon finding the tether on 2, and there is that slide to follow up. Now it's going to be a quick double kill for Quaranteam as they start off exactly where they left off. Unaverted going to go up to solo lane with the Zeratul. First and second blood for Quaranteam. They'll get right on the wave clear. Kuji trying to cut off any kind of rotation, but Choking Hazards realizing that would be what they would have done and went around the safe way. Especially with this heavy priority on this pick comp. Just cannot be caught out in these rotations. Carbon gonna jump back in, and actually, this little juke there on the sleep dart. Still takes some nice poke from Echo though. Weary Day right onto the camp. This is something that Rhaegar does better than any other support in the game. The ability to wave clear and camp clear. Choking Hazard is going to rotate in full. They need a little bit more support on these camps because of the threat of invasion. Meanwhile, it's actually Tracer up top. Cookie Man going to put some nice poke there onto the Leo. This is something that had been talked about with this Tracer rework, is that she does kind of have the ability to solo lane, but at least the rotational game is something they can definitely take advantage of here. Carbon getting a couple of fan resets there. Both teams trying to push in with these sappers. We'll see who can dominate the wave clear. Silver Ripper, of course, on the Jaina. Gonna have some solid wave clear here in this matchup. Quaranteam does have any one weakness with this comp, it would be their wave clear. By the way, Maestrocast, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome everybody who's just tuning in from that C West matchup. I believe it was Cosmos versus AOL, if I remember correctly. How'd that go?
Will rise shortly.
Jaina falling down in the bot lane. They get the Raynor as well. Maiev tether has been a bit of a problem early here. And this is a very well-timed couple of picks. It's going to put Choking Hazards in a bit of a rough spot for these altar spawns. I don't know if the members, Choking Hazards, are going to be able to get down here quick enough to really be able to push in too much. I Just Fizzed could push in, but it'll take a lot of poke in return. I think they're just going to back up and give down bot and trade up top between these two. Looks like that we will see a 4-point lead started off here for Quaranteam. See Unaverted and Albatrox return to the top lane. Oh, Carbon taking a lot of poke. Slide on the backside. We'll see the bomb going on to Patience. Ana's going to fall. They get the Maiev in the return. 1-for-1 exchange. Now Weary comes in. Oh, look out. Unaverted on the backside. This is going to get real ugly. real fast here. No way Silver Ripper makes it out of this. I just fizzed. Is going to be able to make it out. Johanna, a little bit more durable. That will allow Quaranteam to jump in, or rather slide in, to get the siege camp away. About a level lead right now for Quaranteam. We'll pick up both of these sappers. Get a nice chunk onto the wall here. Single altar spawn here for the second map objective, down bot. The team should be able to be in on this with the tether coming into play. We'll be able to sustain through that. Slide to follow it up by onto I Just Fizz. Rikuji getting a nice isolated kill there, and again, the timing on that couldn't be any more perfect. They're going to secure the front wall here of this bottom bell tower. There will be a free cap on the backside for Rhaegar as they slide in off of that tether, and Eiko, nowhere to go there. And this is the aggression and the bloodlust on top of that. They're diving into the kill zone. They find themselves the kill anyway. Quaranteam flexing here in game number 2. Bell tower gonna go down as well. Cookie Man kind of dancing around on this Tracer. A whole lot to do for either of these squads. Resume the soaking game. See, Choking Hazard's trying to get in here to grab themselves this bell tower back, but without 10, not a whole lot they can do against any kind of numbers in Quaranteam. We'll have that level 10 available for the next objective. The question really is, will they be able to contest this bell tower any? Leo going to be a little bit better, double so. Carbon gonna rotate up to mid to kind of help out with that. I do see 2 members on the map though of Quaranteam right now. I'll have to see if they try to push in here at all. It looks like they're just gonna settle for soaking mid and trying to push Carbon back. Come in from the top rather than the bottom, so they have a decent route for retreat should they need it. Weary Day is going to get right on this. Iron Skin going to be popped just to get Johanna in far enough for the flashlight. See poking on the backside in response though. We'll see everybody hitting the R buttons. DP on the backside, unaverted, dealing good damage to those who are not caught in the DP. And to follow that up is the Mosh Pit and the Warden's Cage. Quaranteam with the sweet ace. 16-1 on the kill count. They're gonna grab themselves this mid bell tower. Might be too early to call this one over, but it is sure looking good right now for our game 1 winners. Leo refalling there.
The altar is ours.
Leo must spawn with care. Main thing for Choking Hazards here is they need to get one of these bell towers back, preferably the bottom one. Seeing them chipping away at the top one slowly but steadily throughout this matchup. And we'll step in and get the Blizzard on it. Down 3 levels and the 13 talent tier right now. Puts them in a bit of a rough spot. Top lane still pretty healthy. They're not in danger of being 6 capped just yet. Get the mid bell tower back. Unaverted dodging that sleep dart once again.
Has destroyed a fort.
I've got 2 sets of sappers coming down the bot lane. 6 potential shots here if they can push them back. They do have Bloodlust available, but Zeratul is in mid. I'm gonna get the clear. Looks like onto all of these. Good wave clear coming in from Silver Ripper. It's meanwhile unaverted. Getting a little bit of damage onto that not a whole lot onto that bell tower though. Yeah, the mobility definitely a factor here. It's going to be hard to lock down. They will get level 13 here. They're going to have a teeny tiny window where they're on the same talent tier. They've got all 5 up, and these 2 altars are active. This is time for Choking Hazards to kind of do or die in this matchup. They've got to be able to get aggressive and find something here. Weary Day going to cap on the backside. I Just Fizz going to go in, hit the flashlight. They do cap on the backside. Now they can push forward in earnest. Unaverted coming in from the top side, looking for that BP. Finds it on the back line. Carbon caught in that Entomb on the backside as well, but we'll be able to port up top. Spread out and reassess here. Have to heal up a little bit. Let the welly run out. Now looks like they're going to back up a little bit. It's going to let Unaverted get the cap on the backside. We'll see the Warden's Cage popped. Jaina goes down. Maya to follow. Now the boss has been tagged. Gonna get in there and get the kill on Unaverted. Look out. Just like that, it's a 3 for 2. Slight win for Choking Hazards. A little credit to the boss there. Take that kind of trade when you're down that many levels. 16 now in for Quaranteam, but now Choking Hazards might just have the ability to get to that same level 16 talent tier in time to test this next triple altar phase. It's going to be very important for them to not only be on that 16 talent tier, but make sure they've got all 5 available to contest here. Been a nice patient effort from Choking Hazards after what was a fairly rough first half. Well, they've done a nice job of getting themselves back in this, but Iron Skin gonna have to be popped for I Just Fizz as he tries to get out of here. Carbon gonna port in, but not quite enough on the pulse bomb there. I Just Fizz gonna be poked down though. Gonna have to back up for the moment and heal.
Center. Use it well.
What? I mean, I knew I could do
How will
that.
they spread?
My tunnel as well.
They get level 16 available. They do have the ability to contest here.
Lay claim to the altars.
Caps will be started up top. The slide and the face melt just enough to zone him off of Weary Day. And that is going to be 2 sets of shots going over Quaranteam. There is the mosh pit on the backside, finding 2. And that's going to be a 3 for nothing. If they can get in here and get I Just Fizz, they could try to make it 4 for nothing. They will. Unburden was ready to secure that on the other side, but it's actually Rhaegar, Weary Day, getting the triple kill. Love it.
Has destroyed a fort.
Get the bottom bell tower back. Gonna march straight to the mid lane, looks like. We've got this bell tower a little bit prepped. Nope, they're gonna go straight to boss. Secure those 4 shots. And if they can keep one of these bell towers, that'll put them on game point with just 1 bell tower. Or 1 altar, I should say. Gonna be a double altar phase spawning in the mid and bot this next time around. I'll be hearing that bell pretty soon. Yorick falling. Caught out a little bit there.
You better hurry. The altars rise again.
Quaranteam gonna be pretty close to level 20 here. Gonna get this set of sappers in the top lane. going to soak as much as they can in the mid and bot. Looks like they're going to be a little bit short getting that level 20. The Orc is up top, though. He'll be back in 9 seconds, but spawn near the top edge. Unaverted, just going to sneak away down bot and get the cap. Meanwhile, they get the Tracer. But they actually, Weary Day gets the cap on the front side as well. And that is going to be it. Game number 2 and the series going over to Quaranteam. Take a quick look at our match summary screen. Cookie Man just dancing all over the map. 53k damage, just kind of in the next stratosphere as far as damage goes here. Got to give a shout out though to Weary Day with the 6 kills, matching Unaverted on the kill count. Carbon securing the most. Just kind of a dominant effort tonight by Quaranteam, really showing their strength here in the heroic division. I'm going to pick up the domination. I'll give you guys one last look at these talents, give you guys an idea of what these guys were trying to build here tonight. And that will do it for me. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in tonight. I appreciate everybody, appreciate all the follows, all of the support, and the views. Please do remember to hit that follow button, come back for some more NGS action. I'll be casting a little bit more next week as well, even as I get back to work myself. So I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. And until next time for the Nexus Gaming Series, I am Jason. Have a good night, everybody.